Hello everybody and welcome again to a new Salvadori Live. Today we have two surprises, and because it's Easter week, the biggest surprise is Paola.
Good morning.
Good morning, good afternoon.
Good morning, good afternoon.
So Paola will show us how we make this new collection called Bohème, which is the other surprise. So, Bohème, the Bohème Collection. Bohème Collection is a classical, rich and elegant collection. So, first of all, why have we made this classical collection? We made the classical collection because we've seen in the last couple of years that classic style is coming back. Classic style, and especially the warm gold tone, gold finish, instead of the silver finish, which was a little bit more modern and has been mainly made in the flat profiles for the last 20 years. Anyway, let's stick with the Bohème collection. So this is why we made it, and where did we get these influences? So the idea, the inspiration to make this Bohème collection came looking at this old classic vintage furniture with all these flowery details that you can see in these two cabinets, or in this chandelier, in this old Baroque frame, even in chairs. So all these classic Baroque details that we find in this Bohème collection. We see that we can find it in full gold or combination of gold and brown, or even gold with black. We made also, to make a little bit more modern, we made also the silver and black. So these are the 5 finishes. So as I said, gold with brown, full gold, gold with black, full silver, and silver with black. Before joining Paola, I would like to show you also these little details. I mean, this collection is made, the finish is made with little details that at the end, it makes this rich look. Here, for example, let's take this. So we have, first of all, apart from the pattern, this flower pattern, where in the inside we see all the wax and the terra, what we call terra, which is like a powder that we see with Paola after that. We see also that the surface, I don't know if you can see it, the surface has got this beautiful detail of this, in technical words, it's called orange peel effect. That makes it even look more antique, more classic, maybe more beautiful as well. So 2 patterns on the outside, a wider one, and maybe even a heavier one, all these flowers, and then a smaller, more delicate one in the inside. From a profile point of view, is a scoop profile. A lot of you will say with this dodgy back, but forgive us, but if this would have been straight, it would have looked too massive, too heavy, when this gentle curve makes it look lighter. But a beautiful thing is also this high rebate, where you can frame canvases or objects in general. As we will show you, so the color one has got this orange peel effect, when on the gold one we did more of a spongy effect, not the orange peel, otherwise the whole look would have looked too heavy. So this is a beautiful, delicate finish. A little darker on the outside and lighter in the inside in order to lighten up the picture that it frames. For now, we have one profile of the Bohème. Later on, we will add also other two profiles, a middle one and a smaller one. Middle one with two ornaments and a smaller one with just one ornament in the inside. Now, let's go over to Paola. Buongiorno signora. Buongiorno.
Buongiorno a lei. Facciamo questa o questa prima?
Questa. So we will start with a full gold finish. The full gold finish is made with gold leaf.
Hai spiegato che prima ci va... Sì,
Sorry.
per chi che
First
non,
of
per chi
all,
non
we
lo
have to
sa.
apply the glue. I have to follow
Okay.
instructions. First of all, we have to apply the glue called missione.
Sì.
And then we apply the gold leaf. I have to be careful what I say. So, hand the leaf, gently applied, and then this thing, I don't know how do you call it. She fixed the gold leaf on the surface. She polishes it also to make it look a little bit shiny. Like that. She applies it, and then
Poi
she scratches in order to make it look less shiny,
di più qua, nelle parti
especially
alte.
on the top of the ornaments. So that also a little bit of the bolo underneath, of the color underneath of the surface comes out. So
Poi,
gently.
sì, poi ha vari passaggi, va
So,
fissata.
like on the cooking course, of course, we cannot show you all the different steps, otherwise this lesson will last like an hour. So we show you this, and then what do you do after that? Cosa fai?
Va fissata con la gomma lacca.
Then with the shellac, we fix the gold leaf.
Poi per avere un'ulteriore resistenza all'oro va fissato.
Then
al
fix it.
spruzzo.
Okay.
Poi va patinato.
And then with the patina,
Patina.
with
da-
sponge and brushes,
Esatto.
okay, in order to give this kind of look, which is not even, but is all sponged.
Poi va tolto delle parti.
Then she polishes some parts.
È come in cucina che ci va la nota croccante in ogni piatto. In una cornice ci va la luce.
Jeez. So, all right. So she says that because one thing, we like to combine the finishes with the cooking process. So she says at the end with the lasagna, for example, to have that crispy effect at the top, you have to put a little bit of Parmesan so that in the oven it gets crispy. Here she has to take away a little bit of the patina so that the light comes out. I'm gonna break me. All right, let's go.
Fatto questo si dà la cera.
Now, once
Va
all
fissata.
this has been done, all right, and fixed, so that the patina does not come off,
E poi
you have to apply the wax. Okay. So this is a type of wax. We have waxes with different colors. This is something that she mixes black and brown. So it's not totally black, it's not totally brown, something in between. So once the wax. Now, when she applies the wax, she has to make sure that the wax goes inside all this ornament.
24 ore che si
So
asciughi.
it has to dry for about 24 hours. And then, once the wax is dried, like this,
Prende
she
la terra.
she has to take, she takes some terra.
Sì, che assomiglia alla polvere, insomma,
like a dust.
accumulata nel tempo.
That's natural. No, it's not natural dust. It's natural terra. It's like stone with different colors. So in this case, it's like a dark yellow brown.
In questo caso l'ho già tolta una parte, però bisogna togliere con la paglietta il
And
centro di più,
once the terra is applied, she has to take it
più.
off. She has to polish it.
un po' qua, un po'
A little
qua,
bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there.
e poi si lucida le
And then
parti.
you polish it with this cloth. Not everywhere. I mean, you press more in one part and less in other parts. So that's where you want more light, you press more. When you want less light, so the darker sides, you press less. In this case, then, so this is the finish sample, where you can see here is lighter, here is a little bit darker, and where the ornaments are, especially the outside one, is even darker. Why darker? Because the terra stays inside these holes, these grooves of the ornament, and it gives that darker effect.
Mentre quelli...
This is the full gold version. Now, we tried to show you this version with gold in the outside and dark brown in the inside. So as I showed you before, the orange peel has been done already. Don't know if you can see it. Okay. Now she applies the glue on the ornament. She takes off what is too much. Okay.
Bisogna aspettare una mezz'oretta
Now
che si
you should
asciughi.
wait about half an hour in order for the glue to dry.
Già una.
This is already dry, that she prepared before. Now she goes over with leaf. Whatever she can use, she uses. Well done. Now she pressed the leaf.
Tanto sembrerà impossibile, però.
What Paolo says that maybe
sia
it
fatto a
looks a little
mano,
bit
ma...
impossible. That all these meters, if we do like 1,000 meters, that's been done like this, but it is done like this.
Si toglie sempre le parti sopra che nel tempo si consumano.
Now she takes off the extra bits of the gold leaf, because he has to stay only where the ornament is. So it is much more delicate, this one, than the other one, because it has to stay only these two parts. And this is the effect once the gilded is done. Now wax.
Va fissata.
Now with shellac, you have to fix it with the shellac. And now just show how you would...
E poi si va sopra con la cera.
Okay, then on top with the wax.
Lo stesso procedimento di quello che
And
abbiamo
the same
visto prima.
process
E una
like
terra.
we did before.
Lì la mettiamo gialla, qui la mettiamo verde.
There is like a yellow one in order to combine it with the yellow of the gold. Here we slightly change the terra. We make a little bit more green, but you can't really see the green. It's just little details. Now, important thing is that all these details that we speak about is very important, because it's something to do with sensibility, and therefore we try different terra, different colors, and then we choose what we think is the right one.
La cera è il trucco finale.
She said that the wax is like the makeup for a lady, is the final touch before going out for dinner. To the restaurant. To the restaurant. Prima di andare al ristorante.
Esatto.
Qua puoi mettere la cera o non la puoi mettere?
Va fissato l'oro.
Ma se lo fai così?
Se lo faccio così tende ad andare via l'oro, vabbè, per
Okay, let's
vedere...
try to put some wax. She says that usually this it has to be fixed with the shellac. Now, she doesn't have the shellac right here, but this is just to show you how it is made. So wax where the gold is, and a bit all over.
c'era una un po' più nera di questa, perché questa era quella per l'oro, qui andrà un altro colore.
This should here. This is the wax for the gold one. Usually, it's like should be a little bit darker than this, but it's just to show you how it is done. And then one appena si
asciutta si mette la
si
terra.
then once it is dry, then we add the terra as we showed you before, and the process is like the one we show you on the gold one.
E un altro particolare che
Another
non abbiamo
detail,
detto,
which we did
che
not
il
say.
nero, il marrone è tutto fatto a mano, cioè lo diamo su con la spugna,
it's true.
togliamo con la paglietta.
One detail that we didn't say is that the black or the brown that you see in the finishes is whole and brushed. If you can see here the brushes that we did not show because otherwise it would take too long.
Quando faremo l'altro c'è ancora di più da spiegare, perché sotto va fatto che delle spennellate, sotto il giallo col nero, dopo va fatto il nero, va tolto in qua e in là.
It's a long process. You can see it better. You know, all these brushes, what she's saying, that all these brushes are also made by hand with two different tones in order to create this movement. So let's say, this is why I said before, it's a very rich finish because it involves a lot of passes, a lot of experience, a lot of know-how that's only 40-odd years of experience can achieve. Thank you, Paola.
Prego.
Brava.
Prego, grazie.
Now, how do we combine the Bohème collection? In this case, we took this Caravaggio painting. Why Caravaggio? Because it's full of light. It's got very warm tones, and so we think that this combination, the gold with Caravaggio, matches really well. So this is a typical classic combination for this type of paintings. In between, I will show you before, we used like an L-shape profile in order to leave like a small gap between the frame and the painting. Apart from this classic example, here we have chosen two more modern today art pieces. Here at the top, this beautiful dress by Martha Willie, and where the tones are very warm. In the dress, we find these beautiful flowery patterns, butterflies, music tones, keys, and therefore, and especially this beautiful black, a little bit warm brownish tone in the background. Therefore, we chose this frame with gold in order to match these tones, these gold tones of the dress, and this beautiful dark brown color. Underneath, we find another art piece by Cinzia Pavan, and in this case, because of this like frescoes, flowery stencil detail, then we decided to match it with this beautiful flowery Baroque detail of the frame, so that the combination, of course, is silver and black in order to match these more modern, cold colors in the painting, where we can find this gray, this off-white, cold white, and this lime blue tone. So we can see that this Bohème collection does well for the really typical classic, something, again, modern classic, like this beautiful dress by Martha Willie, and this great modern fresco by Cinzia Pavan. So, I think we said everything, right? Right. So thank you to Paola, and would like to wish you Buona Pasqua. Huh?
Buona Pasqua a tutti.
Happy Easter to everybody, and see you next time in Salvadori Live. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.